Hello, Buffalo Bills fans. Our team is ignited with thrilling updates that have paved the way for collective excitement. Some fans express reservations, finding it challenging to absorb the unfolding narrative. Hit subscribe to cast your vote of support for the Buffalo Bills, and join us in unraveling the nuanced layers of this groundbreaking news. The first game of the 2024 NFL regular season did not feature the Buffalo Bills, at least not directly. Nonetheless, the discussion surrounding that game and continuing into the following morning was heavily focused on the Bills. This was predictable, given that Kansas City Chiefs rookie wide receiver Xavier made a remarkable debut with 68 total yards and 2 touchdowns, including a 21-yard touchdown on his first career touch. Worthy was drafted 28th overall in the 2024 NFL Draft, a pick that the Buffalo Bills had traded to the Chiefs. Should this be a cause for concern? Should Bills fans feel burdened by what might have been? Could be, but it's certainly not something to worry about just yet. Let's revisit the draft. I was present, and it's a memory I won't forget. When it came to the 26th overall pick, I, along with a few colleagues from Cover 1, who were covering the draft with me, left the media room to join the crowd for the Bills' first pick of the night. It was late, and we had endured a long day of travel and set up in the NFL media room. Some of us had been awake for over 16 hours. The Bills' colors and logo were displayed, and anticipation was high. We watched eagerly as the trade sign appeared on the stage. The stage was then illuminated in red and yellow, with the Chiefs' logo replacing the Bills. Many strong words were spoken. We exchanged glances and concluded that the pick must have been for Worthy. When Worthy was announced as the selection, I was frustrated and turned away from the stage. I had admired Worthy as a prospect, ranking him as my 4th best wide receiver behind Marvin Harrison Jr., Rome Odunze, and Malik Nabers. His speed is exceptional, but he offers much more than just rapid pace. His route running is excellent, his spatial awareness is impressive, and his body control at the catch point and on the sidelines is refined. I wanted him for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, even before the Stefon Diggs trade, and especially after it. Ultimately, Buffalo had several players on their board with similar value, so they chose to trade back to gain more assets. They ended up with a receiver they liked, and one whom Josh Allen appreciated as well. What happens beyond that will be determined on the field. It's crucial to remember that none of us are the general manager of the Buffalo Bills, unless Brandon Beane happens to be reading this, in which case, hello Brandon. Decisions had to be made, and by trading back, Buffalo managed to convert a 4th-round pick into a 3rd-round pick, which was used on Dwayne Blastoise Carter. Beane then traded the 32nd overall pick to the Carolina Panthers for the 33rd overall pick, while upgrading a 6th-round pick to a 5th-round pick. The 33rd overall pick was used on Keon Coleman. Coleman, however, will be inevitably compared to Worthy, for better or worse. The national media, armchair analysts, and internet critics will forever juxtapose the two. Worthy's impressive debut only exacerbates this comparison, as the national narrative will scrutinize Coleman's immediate production or lack thereof. There are already loud voices declaring it a major error. This does Coleman no favors. He will be tasked with different roles compared to Worthy, on a different offense with a different coordinator, and he plays a distinct style. Worthy is 5 feet 11 inches, 165 pounds with 4.2 speed, while Coleman is 6 feet 3 inches, 215 pounds and excels above the rim. It's understandable to view Worthy's performance as a missed opportunity for the Bills, especially with the historical weight of the trade that sent Patrick Mahomes to the Chiefs. That's a significant factor in the immediate emotions. Those thoughts were also in my mind during the opening night. However, Coleman is a unique player with considerable potential, and we should allow him to develop on his own merits. As Theodore Roosevelt said, comparison is the thief of joy. Should this linger as a concern? Jumping to conclusions after just one game is premature. The Stoics might advise us to practice apatheia, the ability to remain unaffected by our emotions. It has only been one game. Take a breath,